Okay. All right.
Okay. So I was briefed on your story,
Okay.
but I do know that the parties involved, uh, basically they're saying that Joanne Davenport is in collusion with you guys?
That's the allegation that Armando Rodriguez made last night on Univision. He alleged that we were helping Joanne Davenport in her campaign, which is completely false, and actually it's even against the law for us to engage in that kind of activity. We are a 501c4, and we haven't owned or operated a 527, which does engage in that activity, since 2009. We are strictly an organization that we provide things to the community. We provide civic engagement participation workshops. We provide forums, and we provide community meetings. Those are the things that we provide in the community. When it comes to our forums, we've been hosting them since 2009. We've been hosting forums, and
Hi
hey,
again.
Abraham, or no, not Abraham. I confused it with Abraham.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, so we've been hosting them since 2009, and we've never had a problem the way we schedule the forums. We usually schedule the forum, we set the date, and then we send out invitations to all the candidates. And those that can attend will attend. Those that can't attend will decline. I think where this all came to pass is that in somehow, some way, Armando tried to relate this to some sort of political attack on him. And I'm not sure where he would get that idea from, but he, on his interviews, has said that we're trying to set him up or things to that nature, which is not the case at all. If he couldn't make the forum, that's on him. To us, we offered it out there. He wasn't there. Now, what Joanne says at the forum, because she was there, that's on Joanne. She says that. And what the media asked him on why he wasn't there, that's on him.
Right.
It's not on, really, it's not on us. Now, I think what's happened is that when he didn't show up, the media was asking him a lot of questions. So in order to deter those questions, it was just easy for him to say that we weren't working with his schedule or that we didn't call him first. But let me tell you, we have never called a candidate first. So, and we certainly don't change things that are already set in place for one particular candidate, because then that would show favoritism. Mm-hmm. So it's disappointing. I'm saddened by it. I actually want to put it to rest today, because it's really making the community look bad. Making the community look bad because you have a candidate who's actually turning this into some sort of political thing, to where he's getting some kind of gain out of it, and by attacking us and saying that we're actually endorsing Joanne Davenport and Judge Spivey, who did show up to the forum.
Let me ask you this. It's una voz
Unida.
unida? No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just Unida. That's it?
Unida.
Okay. And what exactly? I mean, because just on the surface, it looks like it's a Hispanic. You're supporting the Hispanic community, not just.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Una Voz Unida Vodesa is our full legal name, and yes, the organization itself is in Spanish, but we have members that are both Hispanic and non-Hispanic. We work hand in hand with the entire community. When we say Una Voz Unida, we're not saying una Hispano voz.
Right.
Okay, we're talking about the community in general, not just Hispanics. Una Voz Unida works with the Black Cultural Council, the Black Leadership Council, NAACP, and you can look at our history over the last 6 years. We've done several events in collaboration with those organizations, and done events with LULAC as well. But I think the most popular misconception about Una Voz Unida is that people want to say that it's una hispana.
Yeah, predominantly Hispanic.
Yeah, Hispanic.
I want to clear that up on camera.
Yeah, and it's not, because when we say Una Voz Unida, we're saying, yes, it's in Spanish, and it translates to a united voice is how it translates, but it's a united voice in the community with all community members involved, not just Hispanics. And if you look back at our history, even when we did have a 527 political action committee back in 2009, where we actually did make endorsements. We could legally make endorsements, and we gave and we actually donated to candidates. We endorsed both Hispanic and non-Hispanic candidates. Which in 2009, when that happened, there was some political backlash because people thought that we would only endorse Hispanic candidates. Right, because of our name. But at that time, everything went to a committee. All the candidates submitted candidate questionnaires, and then that committee voted on who the best candidate would be that we would endorse. And it just so happened that two of them were non-Hispanic. But I think it's a popular misconception about us. When we say Una Voz Unida, we're saying a united voice in the community, not a united voice in just the Hispanic community.
Rodriguez and Davenport are running for what position?
They're running for County Commissioner Precinct 4.
All right, let's get set up. You ready?
Okay, very good.
That's fine.
Be comfortable.
Definitely.
What do you want me to play?
Listen. Rubber that,
I'm gonna put this. I'm recording it just so I have my own audio.
No, definitely, that's fine.
So put it down there.
Okay, all right, you'll be looking towards me.
Okay.
Do you want me to put them on the table for you?
Yeah, it's gonna look cool.
I can shoot that.
Okay.
Hold that
One of these days, someone's gonna take your money.
up. Awesome. Thank you.
That is your wallet, right?
Yeah. It's actually tear-proof.
It's what proof?
Tear-proof?
Tear-proof?
Tear
Wow.
and waterproof. Actually, let me just slide your chair this way.
Okay.
Make sure you put your phone in there. Yeah, that should work. Go ahead, count to 5 for me, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. And we're rolling.
Okay. All right, let's start off. Can you say and spell your first and last name and your business and your affiliation with yours?
Okay. First and last name is Art, A-R-T, Leal, L-E-A-L, President and Chairman of Una Voz Unida Odessa.
Okay, all right, tell me a little bit, just briefly summarize what Una Voz Unida does for the community.
Okay. Basically, what Una Voz Unida does for the community, what we have been doing is providing civic participation workshops, community meetings, and candidate forums. And we've been doing these things since our inception in 2008. We provide the venue, and we send out the invitations for those who wish to participate.
And what are you hoping to accomplish when you set up these debates and forums?
When we set up the forum, of course, providing the community with information, that's what it's all about, and that's what we've always been about, is giving the community information, especially during election season, is so they understand who the candidates are. And so when we do a candidate forum, it's for that purpose only, for information.
Okay. So, Mr. Hernandez, let's get straight to the problem here.
Okay.
Mr. Hernandez talks to Univision, and his allegations were what?
You know, it was really unfortunate, and I'm hoping that we can put this to rest tonight. Is that you know, Mr. Rodriguez made an allegation on Univision 18 last night that we were helping Joanne Davenport and Judge Spivey in their campaigns. This type of activity is forbidden for the type of organization that we are. We are a 501c4 organization, and we certainly do not endorse candidates. We have not endorsed candidates since 2009, when we actually operated a 527 political action committee, and that political action committee was dissolved in 2010. But that was the last time that we endorsed candidates. So hearing the accusation that we somehow are endorsing Joanne Davenport or Judge Spivey is very troubling to us, because we don't do that. We provide a venue. We provide a forum. We set the forums up and we invite the candidates, and it's their decision whether or not they wish to show up or not. We've had plenty of forums in the past where not all the candidates show up, but never have we had such controversy around this forum with one particular candidate or two.
I know it's tough to ask you to get inside the head of Mr. Hernandez, but if you were to guess, what would be his reasoning behind this?
You know, I wish I knew. I wish I knew why he chose to take the approach to I guess somehow blame us for the negative publicity, when all we do is provide something positive for the community. And you know, and I want to get that out there right now, is that I want to apologize to the entire community, not just the Hispanic community, that there's so much controversial around this, because it's disappointing, because what we provide to the community is a service. And for a sitting candidate, a sitting official, to somehow twist this around and say that we didn't call him, or that we didn't invite him, or that we somehow are working against him and supporting the other candidate and trying to get him to where he loses the election, that's just completely false.
So you're saying that he's saying he wasn't called or invited?
He's saying that he wasn't called. He's saying he wasn't called. And I apologize. Let me rephrase that. He's saying that he wasn't called for, well, saying he wasn't called for the forum, but basically everybody was invited to the forum. We sent out the same email that we sent out to the media, was the same email that we sent to all the candidates. Each of the candidates, we spoke to each of the candidates individually. You know, he has confirmed on several occasions that he and I both spoke. When we first spoke, on I believe it was I want to say right around the 13th of February, he had said that and this was already after we had already scheduled the first forum, he had said that he wasn't able to attend. And I told him that was fine, that there was he didn't have to attend. That it would be good if he did, because it would make for a better forum, but he didn't have to attend. But we've always been in phone communication and email communication.
Okay. And Ms. Davenport, now, her role in this, is has she spoken out about Mr. Rodriguez's comments?
Regarding, which ones?
Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez.
Rodriguez. Rodriguez is who, who Davenport is running against.
Yeah, has she spoken about his comments on Univision?
I have not heard anything from her about his comments on Univision. I know that Univision interviewed her in the same segment, and she certainly made some comments regarding his lack of participation. But she has not spoken to me since Univision's comments. No.
Okay. Yeah, we spoke earlier, and you said you wanted to kind of clear the air about the name of your organization and the misconceptions that come with it.
You know, I think there is a popular misconception, with our organization is in Spanish. Unida is translated as a united voice. But from the very beginning, since we started Unida, it was always under the understanding that Unida was a united voice in the community. And that includes the entire community, not just the Hispanic community. We take pride in the organizations that we work with. We've worked with the Black Cultural Council, we've worked with LULAC, we've worked with NAACP, we've worked with the National Latino Congreso. We work with all organizations in collaboration for the community. So we don't. So when there's a popular view that says that we only support or only address Hispanic issues, that's completely false.
Okay, this story, it's weird because maybe there's some good that comes out of it, is that he's alleging that you are basically supporting the black candidate instead of the Hispanic candidate.
Right.
So it kind of shows that the misconception was wrong, but at the same time, it's...
Well, it's disappointing, and you know, and this goes back, you know, and I mean, to even bring this up, I knew Armando was upset with us since we did the Martin Luther King event. I knew shortly after that he was upset because he had contacted us through email that he felt like he was slapped in the face because he wasn't included on the agenda for Martin Luther King, and Joanne Davenport was included on the agenda, but she was included not as a candidate. She was included as the chairman and president of the Black Cultural Council of Odessa, and she read the opening prayer. And I acknowledged when he expressed that concern. I acknowledged it, and we did add LULAC to the agenda for the closing prayer, and which he in fact I believe was supposed to say that prayer. Unfortunately, there was not a representative from LULAC to give that prayer at the Martin Luther King event. But I really do believe when we were first asked if there was a problem between us and Armando, I couldn't help but think about the email that he sent where he was upset. And
What can you touch on just briefly on what he said? Like, was he supposed to be there to give the prayer? And
it was never confirmed. It was never confirmed that he was going to be there for the prayer. Of course, everything happened after the fact when LULAC was added to the agenda and for a closing prayer. So when that point in the agenda happened at the event, there was no one there who would come up. Now, you know, it didn't matter to me who from LULAC would come to say the closing prayer. We had a group there to give us a benediction, and they sang a beautiful benediction. So it flowed, but you know, it really does seem that because of that event that maybe he's taken something personal, and now with this going on, he's kind of twisting it, and it's unfortunate, and that's why I want to put it to rest tonight, is that there is no bad blood between me and Armando or Jesse, and certainly there's no collaboration between Unida and Joanne Davenport and Judge Spivey. We provide a venue. Like I said before, we provide candidate forums, and we have been providing candidate forums since 2009. And we've never had such a backlash of one candidate saying that we're working for the other because of a forum. This is something that's completely new and disappointing to us, and that's why I want it to come out, because the only thing that's happening right now, what I see happening now is this alleging that we're doing this and him saying these things to the media about what we're doing. It seems like it's only being used for political gain, and hurting the community at the same time. And that's the last thing that Unida wants to do is damage the community in any way when we only want to provide something that's good.
Are there any more forums slated for Precinct 4?
You know, there was some thoughts about trying to squeeze one in before the election, and you know, I was hoping that I could collaborate with maybe a media organization to set that up, but nothing came through. We only want if. And some of his comments have been that I think he also made a comment that he would participate in a forum if he's given notice, and that's why when we planned the second forum, that's why immediately after the first forum, we sent out the email to the candidates and to the media, the same email, that we were hosting a second forum, and that if any of the candidates had any scheduled discrepancies for the following week, to let us know by Friday. And because by Friday, then we would actually schedule it. And I talked to every one of the candidates. Spoke to Armando by conference call with another community member. He said he wouldn't be there. Spoke to Jesse. Jesse said that name a date, and I'll be there. So by Friday, we had already heard from everybody. We had already heard, by 2:30 on Friday, we had heard from everybody.
So you're saying by Friday you had heard from Mr. Rodriguez that he
Yes.
would not be attending?
Yes.
Okay, this is the second.
The second one.
Okay,
The
and
second
so
one.
basically, are you saying that or are we led to assume that he's upset that the other candidates were there and he wasn't, so he feels like he didn't get to?
You know, I'm not sure why he's upset. I'm not really sure why he's saying that he would have been there but wasn't there, and why he would say that we were working with Joanne Davenport. I'm not really sure why he's taking that route, because we gave plenty of ample time. It's something that we don't normally do. We don't normally, like I said before, we don't normally check with the candidates what date's best. We schedule the forum, and then after we schedule the forum and get the date, the place, time, and location, then we send out the invitations to the candidates. Those candidates can either say yes or they can say no. And that's the end of it for us. And then the candidates that show up will participate. When we did this the way we did it the second time, it was specifically to make sure there were no scheduling problems for the following week. And by Friday at 2:30, we already knew that one person wasn't going to be there. So we scheduled it. And then the first thing on Saturday at the Texas Civil Rights Gala is when I heard from Jesse, who said that he forgot that he had a fundraiser on Tuesday. And I said, wow, so you're not going to be there. So the whole time while I was at the gala, and also on Monday, I'm thinking, how can we recover this? Because we certainly can't have a forum with just 2 candidates and none of the challengers are there, because it would look like we were endorsing them. So what I tried to do at that time was I contacted the Democrat Party and the Democrat Club, because both Jesse and Davenport are both Democrats. And so I talked to Bobby and I talked to Karen, the leadership of the Democrat Party, and I said, look, I have this forum, we have the location, it's already set, we have the time, it's already set. I don't want to kill it. I don't want to cancel it. I want to give it to you guys. I want to give it to you guys and turn it into a meet and greet. Because if anyone could get away with it, I figured the Democrat Party could get away with it. So just turn it into a meet and greet. And but both the Democrat Party and the Democrat Club cited the same reasons why we couldn't do it. They cited the same reasons, that it would show that they were favoring one Democrat candidate over another, so they had to decline. So once I got the final decline from Democrat Party and the Democrat Club, I had to cancel it, and I sent out the same cancellation email to the media as well as the candidates that it was canceled, which was unfortunate. I mean, we certainly don't want to schedule something and cancel it because we had done all the planning for it.
I'm gonna get you out of here with these last 2 questions. One, what did you learn from this? Is there something that you could take from this in the future, as far as maybe, if you don't have all the candidates involved, maybe you want to just reschedule until you know for sure you have all the candidates? And also, I want to ask you, with Mr. Rodriguez, what's your relationship going to be with him in the future?
As far as our forums, we've been very successful in our forums. You can go to our Facebook page and look at all of our albums, and you can see the attendance that we have at our forums. And we've always handled the forums the same way, and we're going to continue to handle them the same way. We can't show favoritism. We can't give special treatment to one candidate over the other. If we can't get full participation, of course, it hurts the community when we can't get full participation. And like I said, this is the first time that this has ever happened. We've had candidates not show up for forums, but never has it become this, to where a candidate is saying that we're working against them and not working with their schedule. As far as with the relationship with Armando, I have nothing against Armando. I have nothing against Jesse. They're both standing members of the community. I appreciate what they've done. We're not upset because they didn't show up to the forum. They're not required to show up to any of our forums, and we're not, by all means, we're not trying to force them to show up at a forum. That's the furthest thing from the truth. Like I said, we provide the venue, we provide the venue for the community and the candidates, they have a choice whether or not to show up or not. But it's disappointing, and like I said, I want to apologize to the community that this has turned into such a political, circus, and it's sad. It's really sad when we hear allegations that we're working for a candidate specifically, because those are very serious to us, because we certainly don't want to be in violation of our tax certification. We don't want to do that as well. So that's troubling as well.
Thanks, sir.
Oh, all right. Very good. Thank you very much. I'll keep it going.
Matt Riss is working on the story. He's also kind of working on the
Okay.
the baby story.
Okay.
Child that's suffocated.